Hi, and welcome back to the RA Yogi. I'm Julia, your yoga instructor for arthritis. And after receiving a ton of requests to post a video on arthritis in the feet and yoga for foot pain, this video is for you and for anyone else that might be experiencing arthritis in the feet, in the ankles, as well as foot pain, stiffness, and just tired feet. Let's talk about footwear for a minute. It is recommended to practice yoga barefoot to benefit from the feeling, the sensations, and cultivate awareness and strength in the small muscles of the feet. However, if this is not advisable for you, then please wear comfortable footwear, including your orthotics if prescribed by your healthcare team. In today's session, there is little to no weight bearing for the feet. You will learn more about mindfulness, equal weight distribution, how to gently stretch and relieve tension in the ankles and the feet. I will also guide you through an optional self-massage routine for relaxation and foot pain relief. All you'll need for this practice today is a yoga mat, a sturdy chair without arms, and a yoga strap. You can also use a belt from your closet, and we'll get started. Take a moment to place your yoga mat underneath your feet, and your chair is comfortable and placed on top of the edge of your yoga mat, and we'll begin by centering in. Find the edge of your chair, ground your two sit bones comfortably on the edge, and place your heels right underneath the knees, and relax the palms facing up or down on your lap. If you feel like you need to ground your energy today, place the palms facing down. And if you need to receive energy, then you can keep your palms facing up. And of course, take whichever position is most comfortable for you. And we can close the eyes just for a moment. Lengthen the spine and sit up nice and tall, and breathe in through the nostrils. Exhale through the nostrils and release. Inhale fully. Feel the lungs expanding with oxygen, and exhale fully. Let's observe the flow of our natural breath as it flows in and out. And if you notice you're holding on to any tension in the body, start to let it go and to relax. Take a moment of gratitude for showing up to today's class, and take a moment of gratitude for your feet. Your feet that support you, that allow you to perform different activities in your daily living. Release any judgment that you might have of your feet, whether it is regarding the physical or the functional, and just allow them to receive your gratitude. To receive awareness and attention and care today in today's practice. Take another full deep breath in. Now exhale through your mouth And we'll perform a chant of Om. Of course, you're welcome to chant along with me or simply listen to the vibration of the universal mantra of oneness. Breathe in for Om. And you can gently float open your eyes. And before moving the body, you can come back and notice your surroundings. Notice how you feel today. Take a little check-in to notice how you feel before your practice. And take a little check-in at the end to notice how you feel after. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. You're going to breathe in and exhale to release the arms by your sides. Start with some gentle warm-ups. We'll begin at the feet. Notice all of the toes. And we're going to talk about the feet like we did in mountain pose, the tutorial I gave last week. So you can ground your big toe and the mound of your big toe down. Ground the mound of the interior of the heel. And then notice the grounding of the pinky toe mound. And notice the grounding of the outer heel. And we performed a little exercise during my tutorial for Tadasana, which I think is a great tutorial to be able to create more awareness in the feet and equal distribution of the feet, because some of us are more inclined to pronate our feet inward while we're standing or seated, or we're more likely to open up the legs and supinate the feet. But we want to try as much as possible to keep our ankles, feet, knees, and hips in alignment, so that way we can try to bring our body into balance and avoid any injuries of the body that might come from being out of balance. So let's start with that exercise from the feet. We'll take a moment to ground all four edges of the feet down. Breathe in. We're in mountain pose, Tadasana. Relax the shoulders and gently start to lift all of your toes up and come to the heel of the foot. Breathe in. Keep a nice long spine, and as you breathe out, slowly send the pinky toes down, the fourth, middle, second, and the big toe down. And just notice how it feels grounding down. Notice a sense of calm in the body and the mind. And now take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, lift the heels off the floor, coming to the ball of the foot, the big toe, and all of the other toes equally, if that feels good. Just for a moment, it's very light on the feet. If that doesn't feel good, you can gently come to the balls of the feet, keep a light pressure to the toes. And then exhale to gently send the heels back down. Notice the arches of the feet gently coming down, the heels, and relax. We're slowly going to allow the feet to move inward to the inner edges of the feet, bringing the knees together, and gently noticing how the hips, the knees, and the feet are all moving inward together. They're all working as one. And we'll slowly breathe in, bring activation to the outer edges of the legs, and notice the feet are back to center, in line with the knees and the hips. Take a moment to allow the knees to open up to the sides. Have your hands here for support, and notice that you are currently on the outer edges of the feet. And notice how your body moves with the feet. The knees, the hips are opening. And breathe in and slowly send your feet back down to center. And come back into alignment for a moment and find equal distribution of the feet, grounding through the four edges. Breathe in and lengthen through the crown of the head. Send your chin to the chest for a nice stretch of the neck. And inhale to gaze back to center. Inhale to lift the chin very slightly to gaze where the wall and the ceiling meet. And come back to center. Tilt the head to one side, it doesn't matter what side, and allow the rest of the body to be still and relaxed. Nice side stretch of the neck. Inhale to center. And exhale, tilt the head to the opposite side. Feel a nice, gentle stretch in the neck. And inhale back to center. Exhale to gently turn the head to the right. And only going as comfortable as it feels in the body. Inhale to float back to center. Notice that you're moving with your breath, and as you exhale, you're turning your head to the left. And inhale back to center. Slowly inhale and bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale to roll them down the back. Feel it 2 more times. One last time, inhale. Send the shoulders up to the ears, roll the shoulders all the way down the back, palms still facing forward. And now we'll take it the opposite side. Inhale, send the shoulders up, and then exhale to round them forward. One more time. And let's do that 2 more times. And then gently come back to mountain. And notice the feet, ankles, knees, and hips still in alignment. Now breathe the arms overhead if that's available to the shoulders. Palms to touch, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms again overhead if that feels good to you. You don't have to come up through the sides. You can also come forward with the arms if that's more comfortable. Notice which one feels more at ease. And now we're going to keep our arms lifted. We're going to send our index fingers together and interlace the fingers if that's available. Or you can place your palms together gently, whichever feels more comfortable. Breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to take a gentle side bend. Allow the shoulders to relax. Ground into your left glute. And we're just taking a gentle bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Lengthen the arms. And now we're slowly going to tilt to the left. Ground through that right sit bone. Relax the shoulders. And then inhale back to center. Those are some nice side bends. It's important that we move the spine in all directions to warm up for our yoga practice. So we just did lateral movements. Now we're going to do flexion and extension by placing our hands gently on our lap or our knees. Breathe in to lift the heart and extend the tailbone, gazing gently up towards the ceiling. And exhale to round the back and gaze towards the navel, the belly button, squeezing all the air out of the belly. Inhale forward, extend the tailbone, cat and cow. exhale, round the spine, vertebra by vertebra. One last time with your breath. And then inhale to find neutral spine, back to center, sitting comfortably up on your chair. We'll take a gentle twist to either side, breathe in, and exhale to gently twist to the right and allow the left hand to come to the outside of the right leg if that's comfortable to you, and allow your arm to just rest by your side. Lengthen through your spine to create space in between each vertebrae. And the last thing to turn is the head if that's available. And if not, you can just keep it in line with your spine. Then gently come back to center, breathe in, lengthen. And then exhale to gently twist to the other side, twisting from the lower back, middle back, and upper back, and allowing the arm to rest by your side. Relax the shoulders. Light touch with the hands and fingers. And then gently twist back to center. And we'll come back to the attention being at the feet. Round into all four corners of the feet. We're going to take a moment to extend the right foot gently, keeping a micro bend in that knee. And we're going to do some circles to one side and the other. So take a few circles to the right, and then take a few circles to the left. And then again, notice the hip, knee, ankle joints that are aligned. And we'll take a moment to slide the foot back in line with the left. Breathe. Round into all of the four edges of the feet once again, and slide your left foot forward. Breathe naturally and allow the ankle to make some circles to the right. And then the left. You can make sure to bring your attention and your care to your ankles and your feet, and slide your foot back in alignment with your right foot. Ground into all four corners of the feet, and we'll take a sun salutation. Palms open up, arms by your side. Breathe in. Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale to send the hands to the heart center. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, which can be in cactus with the elbows at 90 degrees, or all the way up. Stretch the spine. And then as you exhale, take a nice long spine and fold forward halfway. We're going to send the forearms to the thighs and gently allow the head to release to the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if it feels good, and only if it feels good to you, you can release the arms and allow your hands to dangle or touch the feet, ankles, or shins, and allow the head to drop and be released completely. If you have high blood pressure, then make sure that you stay with the first option, a halfway fold. And then when you're ready, send your hands to your thighs and inhale to lift the heart, coming back up to center. Inhale the right knee to the chest, grounding through all four corners of the feet. You can send your hands one on top of the other or interlace the fingers to send the knee in towards the chest, using the arm muscles. Inhale to float back down. Ground into all four corners of the right foot. Inhale to send your left knee into your chest, using your arm muscles, elbows close to the body, squeeze. And then gently release back down, ground. We're going to come into Cobra. Place the hands to either side of your chair or to your low back, whichever feels most comfortable for you. And breathe in to lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together into a gentle back bend. You can lift the chin slightly if that is available to you to open the throat, the chest, the belly. Then exhale to come back to neutral spine, palms facing forward by your sides. Inhale to find downward facing dog. You can lift your arms all the way up or in cactus. Lengthening the spine. We're leaning forward but with a nice long spine, so we're not rounding the back. We're opening the chest. Breathe in. And then exhale, release. Inhale the arms overhead or in cactus. And then exhale to allow the arms to float all the way down and back into mountain. Maybe take some gentle circles with the wrists, one side and the other. Just like we did with our ankles. Maybe you want to spread the fingers wide and gently send the fingertips towards the inside of the fist. Inhale to extend the fingers. Exhale to gently send the fingertips towards the inner palm. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly release back down. We're going to take our yoga strap. It's not necessary if you don't have a yoga strap or a belt at home. You might not need it, but I like to add extra support during this next exercise. We'll be performing leg lifts. So if you don't have a strap, you can place your hands to either side of your chair or place them on your lap, like this. We'll be placing our hands to either side of our yoga strap, or you can also take your forearm if you have arthritis in the hands or the wrists, and that way you have no pressure, you don't have to grip onto a strap. And we're gently going to make sure our posture is nice and tall. Inhale to gently flex the toes towards you, bend your knees slightly, and lift the leg gently off the floor using the quad muscle, the front of the leg. Breathe in. And exhale to gently set the heel back down. Ground into all four corners of that right foot. Inhale. Lift the right leg gently. Breathe in. Engage the quadricep muscles. Flex the toes towards you. And then gently release. We'll do it one more time. Ground into the four edges of this left foot. Get nice and tall. Breathe in. Lift the right leg gently, only a half an inch off the floor, whatever's comfortable for you. And then slowly release back down. And gently set your foot back in alignment with the left, and we'll loop our strap on the opposite side. Coming into leg lifts on the left side. Again, you can use any option for the hands. I'm going to use the forearm option just to demonstrate on the other side. Make sure you keep a nice tall posture and you're not bending over to come into this position. If you are bending over, make sure you lengthen your strap. So inhale, ground into the four edges of the feet of the right foot, and then slowly flex the toes towards you and lift that left leg. As you can see, I'm using one of my forearms. I'm really using the muscles of my leg, flexing the toes towards me, and I'm flexing my knee ever so slightly. Breathe in with a long spine, and exhale to gently send the heel back down to the earth. Take a pause. Take as much time as you need. We have 2 more repetitions. Lengthen through the core, lengthen through the spine. Inhale to lift the left leg. Feel the strength of your quad. then slowly release back down. Again, if you don't have a strap, I'll show an option. If you don't have a strap for this last repetition, send your hands to either side. Inhale and slowly lift that leg just a little bit. Flex the toes towards you. Breathe in. And then gently release back down. Bend the knee and send it back in alignment with the right leg. Now that we've taken a moment to engage the muscles of the quads and flex the feet, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to stretch the quads. We're going to point the toes downward, stretching the tops of our feet with our next exercise. So you have the option to either come to one side of the chair and bend your opposite knee. So you can take your strap, place it around the ankle, and send your hand to the strap and gently hold the strap, coming into a bit of a quad hip flexor stretch. Make sure you're nice and tall and point the feet towards your bum. Point the toes towards your buttocks. Breathe in, lift the heart. And then exhale to gently send the foot back down to the floor, slide the leg forward, and come back to center. And notice how you feel. If there's any pain, stop and don't do this exercise. If you feel good, then keep going. Next, we'll loop the strap on the opposite foot. First, let's set up. Make sure that we slide to the side. So we give ourselves some space to bend that leg backward. You can always use a support underneath the foot like a folded blanket or a folded towel. I'm sending my strap to my ankle and it's a loop and I'm holding both of the straps with one hand, sending the foot back, bending the knee, making sure I'm nice and tall. I'm pointing the toes towards the bum and I am breathing. I'm feeling the opening in the hip and in the quad. Open the chest, breathe in. And if you need to rest your shin or your foot on something, your right shin or your foot on something, you can use a yoga block or a pillow or even a folded blanket or a towel like I mentioned on the other side. And gently release back down slowly. Slide the foot forward and we'll come back to center. You can place your strap along the thighs if that feels good to you. Come back to the attention of the feet, ground and bring equal distribution. Next, we'll take a moment to come into Warrior One seated. And this gives an opportunity for us to stretch the hamstrings and to stretch the spine and the arms. So gently, you can slide your right foot forward, flex the toes towards you, and gently lengthen the spine and slowly hinge forward. You have the option to send your hands to heart in cactus or place the hands up, the arms up by your sides, relaxing the shoulders. Breathe in. Feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Coming into our version of Warrior One for today. Take a few mindful breaths. And when you're ready, you can slowly release the arms back down and slide the foot back to center. Take the opposite foot, slide it forward. The left knee is slightly bent. Breathe in, sending the hands to heart in cactus or all the way up. Gently lean forward from the hips and notice the stretch in the left hamstring, the back of the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Take a few more mindful breaths and notice the alignment of your foot, your ankle, knee, and hip. Keep lifting the heart. And then inhale to come back to center, release the arms, and we'll move into Warrior Two. Coming into Warrior Two, we're going to take the right knee, and as you know, we're pointing that knee out to the right, and we're going to gently send our opposite leg out, if this is available for the knee, and ground through the four corners of the feet. If this doesn't feel good, then you can also simply just bring your foot in line with the other. This is a good stretch for the ankle and the foot. Really activate the outer edge of your left foot. Breathe in, sending your arms parallel to the earth, and gently gaze over your middle finger into Warrior Two. Notice where your knee is. If it wants to collapse, you can slowly send your knee in line with the middle toe, ground into the four edges of the foot. Inhale and exhale. For Warrior Two, pull the energy in and up from the core, lifting all the way up through the crown of the head. When you're ready, send your hands to heart center. Bend the left knee, and we'll go to the opposite side. So you notice your left knee is pointing out towards the middle toe. You can gently extend your left leg long. You can gently extend your right leg long. Ground through the edge of the foot. And when you're ready, you can slowly lift your arms parallel to the earth. If this isn't comfortable for your knee, you can simply send your leg in whatever comfortable position it's in, whether it's out here or in front. Inhale the arms parallel to the earth. Then you're going to gaze over your middle finger. Keep activating through the feet. Notice the knee, if it wants to collapse inward, or if it's in line with the middle toe. We're in Warrior Two. And I don't know if you noticed this, but this is my logo for the RA Yogi. And the reason why I chose this particular position is because I believe that people living with arthritis are all warriors on and off of the yoga mat. And I wanted to make warrior poses accessible to people that could not put weight or pressure on the feet, or that might want to enjoy yoga in a more accessible way. When you're ready, you can send your hands to heart center. I just really connected to this pose, and I wanted to just share a little bit of my story with you. You can heel toe your feet back together. We're going to take a moment to now practice a self-massage, which is optional. Of course, I do recommend, since we are on our feet many times a day, and in general, even if you're not, just to pay some attention to an area of your body that doesn't get that much attention. So you can slowly send your right knee into the chest and send your foot across your thigh if this is available to you. And we're going to take a moment to massage the foot. And I'm not a registered massage therapist, but I have worked alongside a professional registered massage therapist. So I do have a few techniques I've picked up that I'd like to share with you in this section. And first we'll begin with a gentle fist, and we'll make some circles, and notice, go very gentle, and notice any areas that might be tender, and just work around them at first until they kind of loosen up a little bit. And just take a few seconds because we don't want to aggravate the joints of the hands, like the knuckles. So just take a moment and make some circles on the base of the foot, the sole of the foot. Take your time to look at the feet. And next, we're going to be using a technique that is called splaying. We're going to be using the muscles of the thumbs and using the pads of the fingers. If that's not comfortable, you could use the hands, the pads of the hands. Take your foot and cradle it like a baby, and then gently start to massage the feet from the middle to the outside, splaying the foot like a book. And again, as I mentioned, you don't have to necessarily use the thumbs. If that is not available to you, you can actually use the whole side and palm of your hand to gently massage from the inside to the outer edges of your feet, moving up and down the foot just 1 or 2 times. Like we're breaking up some of the fascia of the foot that I mentioned before, which helps it to heal faster and bring circulation to the feet, allows the little muscles that might have some scar tissue to be loosened up and cause a bit less pain in the feet. So I know some people don't enjoy massaging their feet, but it's such a nice self-care practice. You can also use a foot massager as well and roll your foot on a foot massager. I don't use any at home really. I have a few tennis balls that I use to roll my feet, but I like really coming in and focusing and giving care to the foot, but anything is better than nothing. So next, we're going to be using the longitudinal massage because it goes from up and down the foot, and it's very gentle. You don't need anything fancy. You just use the fingers, or you can just use the knuckles to move up and down. Whatever feels good to you. And then hold the feet gently in your hands, sending them some loving kindness and thanks. And when you're ready, flex the toes gently towards you and send the knee into the chest for a little squeeze and release. And we'll do the other side. You can gently send the right knee into the chest and send the right leg over the opposite thigh. And notice what that feels like for you, if that's available, if it feels good. Don't do anything that hurts. As you can see, I have some constriction in my knee, so it's not coming down here at the moment. I'm just slowly moving into this massage, and I'm going to start with some circles. So create a fist, a gentle fist with the left hand, and use the knuckles to gently make some circles up and down the foot, breaking up some of the tissues of the feet. And if you have inflammation at the moment, maybe avoid adding so much friction to the feet. Focus more on the splaying method. And then when you're done, we'll move into the splaying method, and we're going to be holding our feet on either side using the pads of the thumbs or the pads of the hands to gently move from the middle to the outsides, going gently from the top of the foot all the way down towards the heel and back up. And then we'll use the last method, which is the longitudinal method, moving up and down the foot. You can use your fingertips, you can use your knuckles, whatever feels good to you. Again, you can use a ball on the floor, like a tennis ball, to roll the feet. That's perfectly fine. And then before letting go, hold the feet gently and send your feet loving kindness and gratitude for all that your feet do for you, for being a part of your body. And we'll gently send the right knee into the chest and release back down. And notice how you feel. Maybe you want to take a movement, shake it out, coming to the back of your chair and allowing yourself to relax. Palms facing up in your lap. You have the option to lie down. You can bring some props to lie down, or you can just sit in the chair. We'll close our eyes. Notice the feet. You can allow the knees to stay bent with your feet flat on your yoga mat, or you can also allow both of your legs to extend and your feet to open to the sides for Savasana. Just notice how that feels in the lower back and if that's comfortable. If you need more support, then allow the knees to bend and the feet to remain on the ground. And we'll take a moment of silence, focusing on the rhythm of the breath and allowing us to absorb all of the benefits of today's practice. From the tips of your toes to the crown of the head, your body is relaxed. The body is surrendering. The body is relaxed. Follow the natural breath as it flows in and out. Welcome the sense of calm and peace into your practice and into the rest of your day. And we'll take one full deep breath in through the nostrils. And exhale through the mouth. Very, very gently start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can make some circles with the ankles and the wrists, one side and the other. And then very, very mindfully slide yourself forward back to the edge of your seat. Lengthen through the spine and inhale to take a full body stretch. Reach the arms up. And exhale to relax. Your palms can rest up or down on your lap. And we'll close today's practice with one chant of Om. Inhale. Allow the vibration to wash over you in a sense of oneness. We are all connected. We are all one. I hope that you enjoyed this practice for the feet, for arthritis of the feet and foot pain. If you did, then be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to like this video. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.